It has been brought to my attention that there are star beings, aside from the Syrians, attracted to war and feeding off of it, who have slipped in through the holes in the grid and taken baby bodies here. And if we lift ourselves up and look at planet Earth from above, we can see and feel an enormous amount of energy being released. So there are big dramas being played out here on Earth right now. This stir of energy is attracting many off-world beings. But, as things are now, everything seems to contribute towards lifting the quarantine and set those free who are willing to break their chains. Those who still want them on may be able to see the door that leads to freedom being wide open before them. But all they will do is to run towards it and close it as fast as they can. Yes, some people like their chains, because they are afraid to take the responsibility that's needed in order to break them. The small window we have had 1987 to 2012 is soon close. And it will be harder to absorb new information as time is slowing down and the current bombardment of gamma rays eventually diminishes. Then it's time to reap what we have sown. And it's of course important that we have something to reap. We all have to question the system, all of it, and start doing our own thinking. And we need to inspire others to do the same and give our attention to those who respond positively to our efforts. The system rewards you when you do as you've been told and punishes you when you're not. This is exactly why people have such a hard time letting go. They don't realize that they have to let go of it all to be free. They just want to let go of some of it. We have no choice but to start doing our own thinking, or we'll end up having to give our obedience to machines in a not so far away machine society, where people will move from away from urban areas and into big metropolitans, thinking that there is where their only convenient future lies. This migration has already started. The town I am living in, which is relatively small, is starting to look like a ghost town. Businesses are shutting down because they no longer can stand up against the competition from merging mega companies that become bigger and bigger, and either buy out the smaller businesses or put them out of business. This is what merging of businesses is all about. It's called oligarchy or plutocracy. It's a preparation for the machine world, where only a few businesses run the corporate world. And these few businesses will all move to the metropolitans. Smaller cities will be abandoned, because the system will not support their survival. The well-informed reader may realize that when it's gone that far, the government owns all land in the country. They actually already do. But they don't tell you. And they won't allow people to build their own cities and villages on government land, which is any land, in an effort to stop any movements that refuse to follow the system. This will be a dilemma in the beginning, but enough people need to do it anyway. And in the beginning we may have to live like gypsies, sometime do, moving from place to place. But so be it. After a while the government will give us reservations like they did with the American Indians. But so be it. It's not where we live that is important, not in the beginning. It's what we're doing with our minds that is important. Not even the Syrians understand what we are able to do with our bio-minds. We create our own realities. And when we strongly wish for something, we manifest it. This is how we create or vibrate into the new earth. But first we need to break out of the suppressive system which keeps us in chains. Then we use what we've learned from becoming multidimensional, and we change the multiverse to fit into the reality we want. Eventually, the Syrians and their machine world will no longer vibrate within the same frequency range as we do, and they cease to exist in our reality, although they will still be alive and well in another. If this sounds like science fiction to some people, they'd better think again, because this is real, more real than any of the illusions and delusions most people call reality.